That was the worst experience of all time.
Was that the worst setup experience that you've had doing this?
I blame it on Brick though.
All he did was plug in a set of headphones, and all of a sudden, nothing worked.
It's those goddamn Arctic Steel headphones you bought, the new gamer headphones with the awesome snowboard strap top.
Yeah, 100% blaming you, Brick. Sorry, but also
they're
not
comfortable, and 100% was on Hangouts, but they're getting discontinued anyway, right? They're hanging it
you
up.
Keep saying that. I haven't
as
heard
they
that.
say.
By the way, you're recording your audio, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know about them discontinuing anything, but I mean, it's not like there aren't other chat platforms out there. Like there's Duo. That's probably what they're doing, is replacing it with Duo or Skype or whatever else.
We need to do that ASAP. Look at us bullshitting already. We're doing a great job, guys.
Off to such a smooth start.
Why does Discord not work right now?
I think that their servers are just down.
God damn.
It's very
They've
weird.
been hacked.
Can't connect with our people right now.
Our people, all three of them.
We got 60.
Hell yeah, shout out.
Speaking of bullshitting, here's a freebie tip for you. We're around the holidays. Everybody's eating and drinking like there is no tomorrow. Metamucil. Daily, you take fiber, don't you?
No, I don't.
You should.
I just eat prunes. Prunes or plums.
Do you actually do that?
You know, one time my mom had a bag of, I think they're prunes, like the big bag of prunes you put in the refrigerator, and I was just housing them one time when I was in high school. I ate like 14 of them.
That feels like a bad idea.
And I woke up and was on the toilet for the remainder of the night. Yeah, but I would just go prunes. That's my route for any digestive issues.
AKA doo-doo butt.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's kind of life-changing, you know?
Metamucil? Are
Yeah.
you having trouble?
No.
Is that the
not
issue?
anymore.
All right.
But you would just I would drink 30 Busch Lights, and then...
I'm surprised that didn't just help.
I mean, it helps. Don't get me wrong. It helps you get moving on the toilet.
It's the reverse. It's like eating Taco Bell a million times and then eating 30 tacos at Taco Bell, and then they keep coming. You need the Metamucil to firm you up.
It's
right?
like blending together a Crave case from White Castle and drinking it.
Mm.
It's the opposite of that.
Just
Ooh,
jalapeno
don't talk dirty
double
to me.
sliders.
Yeah.
By the way, I went to Taco Bell yesterday, and I feel like I'm going to go to Taco Bell after this chat today.
See, Taco Bell doesn't have the same effect, though, as Chipotle does. Rick, we were talking about this on Twitter. If someone in
Chipotle
your
was
vicinity
asking for some
mentions
sponsors.
Chipotle, you're going to get Chipotle.
Yeah.
It's literally putting out an airborne pathogen that anyone that can hear you in that surrounding area is like, nah, I'm getting Chipotle shit. Like, even if you're not going with them for lunch at work, you're like, yeah, dinner, I'm grabbing it. Oops.
Speaking of Chipotle, Metamucil.
Did everyone just forget that the Chipotle bowls were causing cancer?
I don't think that's true.
Why was it
didn't even
like
care.
a top headline for a week?
Because if you latch onto something like that, people will just repeat it because it gets clicks.
True. Also, the way I looked at it, less of a line. Just go in there. Everyone's like, oh, this horse meat is trash. Whatever, dog. It tastes
Azrael,
delicious.
thanks for the sub.
Everybody was talking when they had what was it, E. coli or something in their lettuce. It was the easiest lunchtime break ever. And think about your chances of actually getting E. coli at Chipotle. Like, one in how many millions of people actually got sick? I will take those odds all day for a short line.
And then they did they have the carne asada meat now. I was like, how much is that? Is it like $1 upcharge? The lady she literally told me it was like $14. And I'm like, I'm not buying that.
$14, dude. That's
yeah,
insane.
I think it's absurd.
That can't be right.
Brick,
Carne
have you,
asada is just like the cheapest cut of steak too.
Is it?
It's skirt steak.
Brutal.
That's
I tried it once. It was solid. It was fine. I still go back to chicken. I think the chicken tastes better, honestly.
All right, high roller over here, just spending money on carne asada and shit.
Kids did it once, right? I'm a baller. Shot
Rick,
caller.
when are you coming back to Chicago?
The 23rd through the 2nd. And then I'm coming back the following weekend, 9th through the 14th or something like that. So I'll be back.
So that's 4 flights. You're coming here, coming back, and then
Yeah.
that seems excessive. I don't know.
A lot.
It's
You're
a
going
lot
to a
of
wedding, though,
time
right?
to stay in Chicago for like, that'd be like almost a month. I want to get back for a week, set myself up. Other things too that I won't get into.
Fair enough.
So for our listeners, if you didn't check out the previous episode, go ahead and do that. We had Joe from Pull the Lever on, and we were talking Dungeons and Dragons. And it sounds like now that when Brick comes in town, we're going to host a Dungeons and Dragon live stream. So
that's what I'm freaking talking about.
We need to talk about how the hell we're going to do this in the first place.
I just don't know what I'm doing.
I have an idea. We'll take that webcam over there that's on the wire, and we'll just duct tape it, and we'll have it dangling over the table, and we'll have that as like a picture-in-picture.
We need one of those 360 cams. I tried to get us to buy one of those forever ago, but
that's like a curved TV.
And we would have used it like twice.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think that was a thing for like a month, and nobody bought them. And then,
Brick, I started playing.
This Dungeons and Dragons thing is going to be amazing. I think we have who's participating. Did you guys get any of your wives to join us, or is it going to be a boys club?
Erica said she would do it.
Hell yeah! We need to figure out characters ASAP, and we need to get this going.
Should we figure out characters before, or should we do that while we're streaming?
No, we figured out characters before, just because it would take forever if we didn't. And also, we can use that as hype.
Yeah,
these are our people. These are our flaws. These are our traits.
Pre-stream sometimes more potent than the actual stream.
Okay.
Brick, I started playing that Jedi Fallen Order game.
Thoughts?
Gotta say, worth $15. Probably not worth $60.
Yeah, it's still 60 on Steam, right?
I would definitely agree with that.
If you do EA Origins and do like the premium, you pay $15 a month and finish it in a month and just cancel, or just play a different game.
Wow, you're going to heck.
Why? That's their whole business model.
Yeah, no, it's great. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing any of those EA games. Like Need for Speed is actually pretty fun. Now we can actually play online. Now that I know you have it, you're a car guy.
I will roast you. Do you in that game, like when you're getting out of your car, do you open your door into traffic and get your door bent in half?
Mm-hmm. That's actually like the first level. First level. And they're like, you've been initiated into the street club. You can go racing now wherever you want. You're a badass. Super. That's why I'm out in Denver. I'm a street racer.
No, you've been briquettoed. You just get your door folded in half.
What episode was that?
Oh, God. I'd have to go back. But I'm sure that it was in the title, like Briquetto almost died or something like that.
And for those not familiar, I'll just say it was probably 100 episodes ago. It was probably like episode 70.
In that area.
But Brick was getting out of his car, and I'm going to blame it on you, Brick. I have a feeling you just swung your door open and weren't looking. But the 16-year-old girl was driving, I assume like her mom's, it was probably like a Lexus or something, and she just rammed into your door. And you came in and you're like, it was bad. And I think I have a photo of you. I'll probably post it to Instagram, the aftermath. Like this was 5 minutes after it happened, and you're standing in the kitchen, and I just zoomed up on your face and took a photo of just the look on your face. You're just like, I don't want to deal with this right now.
That 1,000-yard stare. It was funny.
Like now. Yeah,
it was funny because it didn't happen to me.
I never got paid out by the insurance on that either, those goddamn crooks.
Oh,
they're like, yeah, we'll work on your case. And then apparently there was an offer sent, and then they never told me about it. And then they're like, yo, yeah, there was an offer, but we'll let you know in a second. And then they're just like, never called again. And then
you have to either go to a body shop that knows what they're doing and can push back on them, or you have to threaten to sue them. Those are your only options.
Yeah. Which is weak.
Unfortunate, but
hold on, I need to find this photo.
Okay, we'll just sit here in silence while you do that.
Yeah, no, please just sit in silence while I find this photo because it's priceless.
Brick, was that the worst quote unquote accident you've ever been in?
Yeah, easily. Actually. I never really had any other bad accidents.
It could have been really bad. Like if you, when I get out of the car, I immediately stick my left leg out and I start getting out. If your leg was out, your leg would have been gone. You think about that sometimes?
Think about the content though. That would have been great content. We have a one-legged Brick now.
Brick's leg is like this. I'm snapping photos of him.
Just bent everywhere, blood everywhere.
I was leaving. I had done Chuckload of Comics with Chuck and Shauna last winter. Oh God, that is the 1,000-year. I think he was wearing the same tank top earlier.
All right, so like I said, this was like 5 or 10 minutes after the events of Brick's door getting smashed, and we're all making jokes about it. And Brick was trying to be like a good sport and laugh, but look at this
He's
photo.
wearing the same tank top. Look at him. He's wearing the exact same tank top right now.
Oh
That's hilarious. Actual
fuck.
same exact shirt. I think I bought another one of these actually. But
And you
still
guys were worried we weren't
hilarious.
going to have content for this episode.
The look on your face, you're just like, did this really just happen to me?
Yeah,
Oh my
sweet
God.
day in
All
the
right.
life, you know?
So I was leaving Chuck's place last winter, and I was driving my old Jeep before I got this one. And this kid had to be driving his mom's. It was a bright red Mercedes E-Class, probably like $80,000 car. Mm-hmm. And it was snowing, and obviously he wasn't paying attention. He just slid into the rear end of my Jeep, did nothing to my Jeep, totally bended the hood of the Mercedes in half.
Because did it go like under your fender?
Yeah, it went into the trailer hitch.
Uh-huh.
So completely fucked that car. Like probably about $5,000 worth of damage, and I just drove away. I was like, sorry, kid.
Oh my God.
So he's lucky I was just like, I'm not going to call the cops because you didn't hurt my car, and I don't give a fuck, but good luck dealing with this.
One of my buddies, he had a red Camaro. It was a sweet car too. I don't know what year it was, but he was the guy in high school. After school, you would get in his car and just drive around, and fuck
Just
around.
cruise the strip.
Just cruise,
the strip, bro.
So we'd always go on cruises, and he was the only guy that knew how to drive stick shift. One of those guys, like big car guy. So we're driving his Camaro, and we didn't get in like a terrible accident, but the way the accident happened, he wasn't paying attention, and he basically just like we ran into the back of a car that was propped up higher. So the front of his Camaro, just the front hood, just completely was smushed like a marshmallow.
Moral of the story, don't rear end people.
No,
And Brick is gone. What did you do last night? You went to a Bucks game?
yeah, the Bucks
traitor.
The Bucks are killing it. I'm not a Bulls fan right now. Bulls are garbage. What's
I
happening?
refuse to go to another Bulls game until they fire their coach
Garpax.
and Gar Forman and John Paxson.
Pace.
Wait, who?
They basically run the team.
Oh, okay.
The GM and
John Paxson,
yeah,
the previous
yes,
Bulls player.
that John Paxson.
You want him fired?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
He's been
Have
doing
you seen
things
the
for the
team?
Bulls forever.
The last 10 years?
like camps and everything, and then
I don't care. They're fucking terrible, and it's his fault.
You think it's his fault?
Yes.
I disagree with
They
that.
hired this boob of a coach who couldn't even get another job in the fucking NCAA, and they extended him even though nobody wanted the guy in the first place. Like, why would you pay this fucking idiot who nobody fucking wanted anyways? They extended him for like 3 years.
The head coach currently. You're
Yes.
talking about.
He's
Jim
the
Boylan.
Jason Garrett of the fucking basketball league.
No, because
the
Jason
NBA.
Garrett has accomplished more.
Has he the? I mean,
Yes.
He made the playoffs.
That's why
Playoff?
Jim Boylan's done. I digress.
Anyways, yeah. TJ, our Red Bull buddy, he was nice enough to bring me along to the game. It may have looked like this, but we weren't technically courtside, but we were for the pregame, which was still sweet. Like Kyle Korver was pulling up in front of me, just buckets all day. And so Giannis came out, and obviously Kawhi Leonard was there. And it was just cool being able to sit courtside. And TJ just smug was like, I'm not trying to like make this sound douchey, but if there's one thing you should do in your life is just buy tickets to a courtside game. It will change your perspective on basketball. I'm just like, okay, douche.
So it does sound douchey, but
it's
kind of true.
It's really awesome. Like I was like, this is amazing. They're just pulling up jumpers in front of me right now.
It's not just that, but like when you're that close, you see how much bigger they are than you.
Yeah, they're huge. Their feet too. I forgot what player it was, but his kid was there, like grabbing the rebounds and throwing him the passes to shoot. And I'm looking at like it looked like his 12-year-old son, and his 12-year-old son had a shoe size probably of 15, and this guy had a shoe size of like 22. I'm just like, oh my god, these guys are enormous.
I got to say, I mean, obviously I'm a big dude, and I was a big dude when I was growing up, and I'm still awkward and lanky. The worst part of it was growing out of a pair of shoes every 6 months.
Every day.
Every 6 months, you're just like, all right, I need new shoes now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Your parents hate you because they can't put food on the table because you got to keep buying shoes.
But that arena is
What's
sweet.
you gonna
The
be, a damn
Fiserv
clown?
arena.
Dude,
Leave him
Milwaukee's
alone,
not bad.
Jerry.
Milwaukee isn't bad. It's really come around since the last time that I was there, pretty much when I was looking at Marquette for schools.
It's a lot of breweries, small restaurants and stuff like
Paps
that.
is there. Paps would be a fun little trip to go on. And,
Don't ever go to the Potawatomi because they're crooked.
okay.
Just saying.
Never been there.
I've stayed there a couple times. I stayed there when I went to a Cubs Brewers game not too long ago. But yeah, Milwaukee's not bad. I wouldn't go there in December necessarily, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a cute little city. We were driving up, and if you're coming from Chicago, most likely you're coming up 94,
yeah.
And you're coming up on the city, and you're just like, oh my god, it's so small but cute and just quaint.
You're such a prick.
But yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
Fair enough. Have we? Excuse me. Bullshit enough for your taste here?
Yeah, let's get into news or something. Brick, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Nope. I got some other stuff later though. Let's get into some freaking news.
All right,
I can't find my drops. That's fun.
news
Improv
to us.
drop. It's the news. What's the drop again?
News to us. Boop.
I knew it was in there somewhere.
That was pretty close.
So I wanted to talk about this because it's fresh in our minds. First of all, they should have spread these trailers out to last week because last week we didn't have jack shit. And now we have a litany of things.
Trailer
and-
Palooza.
We are getting trailers for trailers and also trailers. And the one that I just made you watch, Brick, was Free Guy, which is
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds. He's basically an NPC, non-player character in, I don't know, GTA, it looks like.
It does look like a GTA game, which is fine with me.
But he
VR.
kind of realizes like, oh, I don't have to do this. I can kind of fight back. And it's just this big over-the-top action set piece. Feels very I feel like he's like moving into this Michael Bay territory of his career where he does these big, stupid action movies. We get Six Underground next week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
He's just riding a motorcycle with a woman like spread eagle in front of him, and she's holding pistols on either side, and it's going to be very ridiculous. But I'm in for
It's
this.
going to be Disney's Deadpool, right? So he's just in what is it rated? Do we know? Is it PG-13? Not
I
rated
would guess
yet.
PG-13. Yeah.
It's Disney, right? And that's kind of what they're leaning towards. Is like it's a video game world. Basically, he's a non-player character and finds the VR game. He has VR goggles basically, and then he sees what the players are seeing, so he starts playing the game. I'm all for it. I was literally like, oh yeah, that was me. I was just playing in a virtual basketball game, not understanding what you two plebeians were talking about because I'm swatting people, throwing oops to myself. So I'm actually on the court with my VR thing. Hilarious.
You know, you could just like go play actual basketball.
No, I can't because I'd just be trash.
How would he throw
so
an
bad
oop
at
to himself
basketball?
if he was playing actual basketball? No way can he dunk in real life.
Fair. What
Plus, I don't get the hundreds of thousands of fans,
Wait,
cheering
so-
me on when I'm just alley-ooping people. Either way,
So how does an alley oop work? Are you actually the one dunking it, or are you just tossing it up to somebody?
you're the whole team, baby. You pass it, and then the ball
2K.
will you'll know where you're passing, so you can catch it. You can dribble around, take a little pop shot. It's fantastic.
How do you dunk? Do you actually have to jump? Does the VR recognize you?
No. You
no,
pass
that's
it
way
to the
too
guy
much
who's
work.
doing an alley-oop, and then you got to grab it and then throw it down. It's a lot of fun.
Have you destroyed anything in your house yet playing VR? Like have
No,
you
the
thrown
system
a controller at the
Allow
TV by accident or
it
something?
sets up a safe guardian around it, so you just kind of where shit is.
I mean, I wouldn't spend the money on it, but if I came over to your place, I would definitely want to play it.
Oh, 1,000. I'm debating bringing it home. Should I bring it home?
Yes.
Your computer would work it, right?
Yeah, it'll run it.
And you have a bunch of space too.
Tons of space.
So
Can you
we could- I
Can
think
you
I'll bring it home.
watch
You guys can
TV
try it
off
out.
the VR?
Say that again.
Can you watch TV with the VR headset?
Hang on. Let me rephrase
Yeah.
that. Mark wants to know if you can watch porn on the VR set.
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
Um,
I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
Because I know that's exactly what you were thinking.
Yeah,
So-
but there's a beta app that came out called Big Screen, so you can go into any world basically, and that means you can sit in the loft and have a giant big screen. You can go to a grand cinema. You could be sitting outside at a like a drive-in. You can go anywhere. You can do literally. You can explore the world of Super Mario, and that can be your home base. And you're just like start Super Mario 64. You're just running around. You can pop open any size screen, and you can just like sit there and just watch it. You can watch 3D movies. It's insane.
Do you ever just think to yourself while you're playing, like, I don't want to leave this world kind of thing?
No, because it's like you get a little dizzy sometimes if you do it for too long. That's kind of the good thing for a certain extent for me is
Yeah.
like I can't do it for too long because I'll get a little bit like queasy, I guess, and then I'll be like, I'm done for that for a while. And I've only been playing the sports games. The boxing game I can't get over the boxing game. It's like literally tiring as shit.
When you box, like, are you doing it against somebody else that has a VR set, or is it just the PC?
I think that might be an option, but it's usually I've only played computers, and you can kind of set the difficulty. And since they're computers, they're just kind of throwing jabs at you. So it's not like real boxing, but it's like you got to just keep going and just keep assaulting this freaking AI. And I'm addicted to KOing people and just like standing over them like I'm freaking Muhammad Ali. It's a blast.
Brick's gonna go to a bar and just have this inflated sense of ego, and he's gonna start a fight with a bouncer and just get fucking knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come at me next time in VR, bro.
yeah.
Hang on, let me
Punches are
put these things
registering.
on my hands.
This is bullshit. I'm lagging. You're just in real life, just getting pounded in the ground, just like fuck.
Why wouldn't you play
Pause.
Why wouldn't you play VR live? I'll call it, like, play against somebody. Why wouldn't you do that? That would be the most fun, but also
You
most
can.
aggravating.
I'm sure there's an option for it. I just wanted to try it out. You know,
Basically,
I'm playing it on
sounds like he's a
easy until
coward.
Yeah, you sound scared, man. You scared to get in the real ring with real people, dude?
Yella.
Yes, Mark. Do you want to fight me? I'll fight you.
I will fight all of you.
Should we do a rough and rowdy fight? Me versus
What
Mark?
if we were fighting Smithers in VR and all of a sudden you just see me come in, fucking glass shatter, stone cold, I'm walking in. We all just gang up on Smithers, knock the shit out of him.
We should do a triple threat match for like a rough and rowdy, and then we would just team up on Smithers, obviously, get him unconscious, and then we'd probably fight it out, or we'd just be done.
I'm confident in my ability to beat you both up at the same time.
I just thought of this. Did you get this for Cyber Monday? Did you guys get anything for Cyber Monday?
I did not.
Or Black Friday?
No.
Yeah, I got the VR set, but no, I didn't. I just got I got that like the week before, and I was going to return it if there was a good deal, and it wasn't even worth it.
Actually, not true. I did get something.
What did you get?
I got new blinds because I'm an old man who owns a house.
Wow.
And welcome to my world in about a week.
You didn't get any like gardening materials for next year?
You don't buy gardening materials in December.
Yes,
Yeah, you do.
That's when they're cheap.
No.
Yeah.
Just wait till you have to buy a lawnmower and you're like, what the fuck, man? I wanted to buy another giant, dumb Batman statue, but I have to buy a fucking lawnmower instead now.
No way.
Did you unbox that Bane yet, or no?
No, we're debating. I don't know if we'll do it today now.
Well,
since
now
it
we're
took-
fucking 2 hours
took
behind.
fucking
so.
forever to get the stream going.
Jesus.
But I do
Jiminy
have.
crickets.
For the listeners, I went ahead and purchased. I think my wife will divorce me now. A enormous. This thing is it came out. Sideshow made it. Sideshow is a big collectible statue company. If you're familiar and collect statues, you know what Sideshow is. But anyways, this statue has been out for about 2 years now, but it's enormous. And I was just looking at the reviews, and I've always like had my eye on it. I've always been watching it on eBay because this one is the collector's edition with a swap out mask for Bane, which is sweet. But anyways, I was watching it on eBay. It was
I
up
roll
for bid.
1,000.
Listen.
Can
I
you
looked
please
out
zoom
with
in
this.
on Smithers' face. I roll 1,000.
I looked out with this, so I bid on it on eBay, and I lost the bid, and I was pissed because you know me. I can calm myself when it comes to like spending money, you know?
No, you can't.
But anyways, so I lost the bid and the seller hit me up and was like, are you still good? And I'm going to heck for this. She's like, are you still good with that bid? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, the top bid fell through. I'm like, okay. Well, your shipping seems a little steep. So can you take off $60 from it? And
Oh my God.
She actually did. And I'm grateful for that. But anyways, so I have this statue.
You are going to.
We're going to unbox it on
part of
Twitch
the deal.
Live. And I'm going
for you,
to love it. Love every second of it.
When Brick, when you come back in town, I need you and Mark to harmonize a Going to Heck drop. So start planning that out.
Okay.
We are all going to heck or something like that. Okay.
Ooh, that was good.
Cheerful.
Trailers.
Oh, maybe we'd use that. That was pretty good.
I am not. No, I am not. You can't use my voice in those. I know that I am not musically inclined. I'm fine with it.
We'll involve you in the next one, though. We
I'd rather
promise.
not.
I feel like
I'll
you're a
just
little hurt about that.
monotonously just, we are all going to heck.
We are all Ruin Tech.
I think
All right.
you need to just combine both of those and then mash them up. And then we need to have the finger points. You did the finger points, which was even lamer in when you really visualized it. Add the finger points. You are going to heck, and then you are going to heck. Combine them. We're good. Money shot right there.
Perfect. I'll just do all of that work that you just mentioned. Trailers. Let's do these chronologically this week.
Let's do it.
First, we got Black Widow, and nobody knew this was coming. Scarlett Johansson didn't know this was coming. Apparently, she woke up to a text from Chris Evans. It was like, "Your movie looks awesome," because that's I just picture Chris Evans as the most wholesome person in the world who can never be mean to anybody.
Yeah, great guy.
He is. He is. And how off-putted were you when he was a ransom kind of a dickweed?
No way. Still loved it.
Yeah, same.
What, in Knives
That
Out?
sweater
God damn
on him
it.
was so sexy.
I haven't seen Knives Out
so
yet.
cool.
I'm still pissed.
I'm not gay, but I
Wow.
would.
Nice.
Okay, so this trailer though, it seems like it's been forever since we got a Marvel trailer. So cool. This is set between Captain America: Civil War and Infinity War. Okay, so it's this 2-year stretch there where because the whole question about this was like, obviously, if you've been following the Marvel universe, you know that she is no more. She's not going to play this character again, probably. So everybody's trying to piece this together, and they finally just came out and said, but that was when the Avengers were kind of split up because of the laws that were basically like, you have to register as a superhero because you're causing all this damage, even though you're saving the world and we're all stupid. So this looks really good, I think. The hand-to-hand combat especially. We've got, obviously, Scarlett Johansson reprising her role. Florence Pugh, who I assume will just scream cry at some point.
In
some
a
point.
Russian
if
accent.
she does, I'm gonna be pissed.
She has to. That's like her
She's
calling card.
Russian. She is like stone cold. She doesn't show emotion, but she'll do it to fake it. She'll do it to fake it because she's a Russian spy, and she's gonna be. People believe this. Huge sob.
You don't think
damn
Russian
it,
people have emotions, Brick?
They can fake them. Yes.
Okay.
I just watched Chernobyl. They have
Russian
one emotion
guy.
that's angry, right?
I mean, technically that was the Ukraine, but
Yeah, that's right.
David Harbour's in this too, and boy,
Ivan Romanov.
I mean, he's great. Don't get me wrong. He actually looks pretty jacked up for David Harbour.
Is her dad Ivan Romanoff? Does he have a?
So this
a
is
character?
not her actual family.
Oh, it's not.
So like Florence Pugh, she calls her sister, but it's like Scarlett Johansson never knew who her Russian family was, and that's why it was such a big thing when Red Skull, like, they're on Vormir going to get the Soul Stone.
Okay.
And Red Skull says, daughter of blah blah blah, says the name of her dad, and Hawkeye's like, I don't know, was that accurate? And she goes, I don't know. So this is just kind of like adoptive family. Like they were together. Florence Pugh was in this Red Room class with her where they were training assassins and shit.
Yeah.
So that's where this comes from. But they did call David Harbour fat, and
That hurts.
Twitter erupted because they're like, why are they fat shaming David Harbour, who is actually skinnier than me, but I'm actually fine with my body, which is definitely why I'm tweeting about this.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of that. That's fun. We got Taskmaster.
The first thing I saw, honestly, was, oh my God, Hopper's in Russia and he's Captain America or something like that. And I was like, okay, what? Stranger Things got a trailer or something like that? And then all I saw was the Hopper thing. And then I connected that it was just Black Widow later.
It reminded me more of Red Scare from Watchmen the guy who's just has a Russian accent and wears a red mask for no reason.
Right.
So
right.
what's David Harbour's alter ego?
In this,
Yeah.
Red something. I don't remember.
Okay. Is this a comic book reference
Yes,
character?
actually, in the comics a long time ago, Black Widow was married to David Harbour's character, but that was obviously they're not going to include that here.
Okay.
Just a nice little
Red
fun
Guardian.
fact for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
He's played as Red Guardian.
there you go. Red something. Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. Okay.
Basically, he was the USSR's answer to Captain America at some point. Which
Got it.
That story's been written a billion times forever. Mm-hmm. So
It's like Red Sun, kind of.
yeah, which is the story of Superman had he fallen into Russia instead of Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay, so this looks fine. I showed it to Erica, and Erica is the queen of if she doesn't know what's going on or hasn't been paying close enough attention, at the end of it, she'll just be like, "That's dumb."
That's
just-
stupid.
She doesn't say it's okay. She just says it's dumb.
She doesn't say,
no.
"I don't care," or whatever. I guess I'll see it. It's just no, that's dumb.
Okay.
Like she shits on Baby Yoda.
Well, maybe she saw Taskmaster and just didn't like the look of Taskmaster.
I doubt that was the first thing that went through her mind.
How did you feel about Taskmaster?
You
though?
see him for like 2 seconds. There's no way that I can.
Hood down, kind of looks like a motocross villain.
They do.
Like just did a sick ass jump.
Okay.
Oh shit!
They do a good job, I think, of like when he's riding in the car and shooting a bow and arrow. That's an obvious reference to the fact that he can see somebody do something, like their moves or whatever, and
Yeah.
replicate that, because obviously he had just seen Hawkeye. They're talking about being in, I'm totally blanking on the name of that, Budapest.
Okay.
Talking about being in Budapest, or that's probably wrong, but that's obviously what that is. So
Okay.
yeah, it looks
People
fine.
are saying that he looks like he's about to play paintball because the the
Yes.
front of his arrow is just all orange, and then he's like kind of wearing like you said, a motorcycle helmet.
Not wrong.
There is
Yeah,
actual
pretty
paintball where
spot
you
on.
can play with bow and arrows.
That sounds dumb. Give me a gun.
Kind of looks fun.
Bow and arrows are a lot of fun. There's a VR game where you can choose a bunch of different weapons.
Doing your taxes is fun. There's like a VR game where you can just do your taxes.
There is a game I think like that
Great.
Oh, gosh.
So that's Black Widow.
Okay.
called Job Simulator.
One of the,
Oh, by the way, sorry. I just had to point this out because I watched Home Alone 3 and I forgot how much I loved that movie growing up.
really,
Yeah. Have you ever seen Home Alone 3?
it's been years.
Anyways, Scarlett Johansson is in Home Alone 3 and people forget.
I did forget.
She's in that movie.
That is accurate. I did forget.
And Home Alone 3 honestly isn't that bad. It's pretty good.
If that's the best thing you can say about a movie, it's probably not a good movie.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
And it has the kid that plays, I forget his name if they keep.
It has not Macaulay Culkin.
Yes,
Yep.
it has that kid. But anyways, he's the voice actor for little Tarzan in Disney's Tarzan.
Why would you know that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the movies we got a trailer for the trailer of, James Bond in No Time to Die.
Rami Malek is a Bond villain, 100%, and should never play anything else.
He's got to have the face thing. Do you think he's going to have the Bohemian Rhapsody teeth in?
Kind of looked like he did for the 5 seconds we saw him in this.
No,
trailer
he's just got a
for.
jacked up face.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the villain from Wonder Woman who was like the poison lady. Mm-hmm. Totally blanking on the name, but Daniel Craig is still really angry. He's good at being angry Bond.
I can't remember what happened in Spectre. Like, where did
I can't remember what happened in any of the Daniel Craig Bond movies.
this is his 6th one now, right, Brick? Are you
No,
a big Bond fan?
It's his fifth.
Yeah,
It's his
I
fifth.
was going to say
Casino
because
Royale.
they're batting 500 right now. So this is going to be either
Right.
they go above 50-50 or below.
Spectre,
I would agree.
Skyfall,
Casino
Casino
Royale.
Royale,
Quantum Solace.
and Quantum Solace.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Two of them were good. The other two sucked.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the deciding factor.
Okay.
And now, are we coming off of a good one or a bad one? Was Spectre or Skyfall was more recently?
Spectre, Skyfall was better. I thought it was much better. It had Javier Bardem,
Obviously.
and he wasn't
The
Jaws.
villain's always
but
got to
he-
have a face thing.
Yeah, he had the removable jaw.
Whether it's like an eye thing or burn marks, but
Mm-hmm.
so,
Or he's really short and can throw a hat or a shoe.
dude,
I
that
always
was
get
like
those mixed
40
up.
years ago when it was one movie.
Who throws a shoe?
Honestly, who throws a shoe?
So there's a new up and coming 00 agent, and this is going to either make you happy or piss you off. It's a young black woman.
Okay.
So obviously
Fine.
Twitter has opinions.
I actually was completely for Idris Elba potentially being Bond
I would love
when that
dude.
rumor
He's-
came out.
All you have to
That
do is
would've
be
been
classy and look good in a suit, and that's Idris Elba to a T. So Blofeld is back. So Christoph Waltz is back to
Mm-hmm.
reprise that role. I don't know. Rami Malek's face is all fucked up. I'm having trouble getting excited for this.
Both of them should never play any other role besides a villain.
Really?
Well,
You don't think Christoph Waltz can be a good guy?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
He was a
Even
good
if
guy in
he is a-
Django Unchained, kind
roles
of.
are like as a Nazi or something, so I get it.
Even if he's a good guy, he's the kind of guy that will like stab you in the back at the end of the movie.
Not in Alita Battle Angel.
Didn't he?
And-
no, he. But something was up with him. You knew something was going on that was shady with him.
I'm not going to disagree with you because he's charismatic either way,
Yeah.
but I think the
Django
one thing
Unchained as well.
okay.
He was a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He had a moral code.
The one thing that's kind of going to get me to go see this, I mean, I know we were going to see it anyways, but it's directed by Cary Fukunaga, who wrote It Chapter 1.
Okay.
He directed all of the episodes of season 1 of True Detective.
Wow, okay, already promising.
And he also, most recently, I think, did Maniac on Netflix. You remember that with Jonah Hill? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Emma
do
Stone.
remember that. We did
Emma
an
Stone.
episode on that.
yeah, it was weird. So maybe this will just be weird.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see it.
I will see it. I like Bond movies.
It's definitely more exciting than this Mulan trailer.
I think you dislike it more than the majority of people. I didn't think it was that bad.
I just don't see the appeal.
You just are pissed off the dragon, Mushu, right?
Yeah, I
Isn't
need
in it.
If you can have, if this bitch is going to come in here and be a witch and she can turn into a bird, you're going to sit there and tell me you couldn't put a fucking dragon in this?
A
What
bitch
if
witch
the-
bird. Yeah, dude, that's insane.
What if
I agree
Dis-
with Smithers on that. Why? Maybe they're holding out on us, or did you like look it up in the IMDb credits?
I think that if you have a dragon, you're contractually obligated to show it in the trailer.
I hope, Rick, I agree with you. I hope that they are just holding out and Disney's being smart and like, hey, we're going to make everyone think that we're not going to have Mushu in this when last minute they either drop like a quick last minute trailer of Mushu.
Look what happened when they just dropped Baby Yoda. Like Mushu's a favorite character in the Mulan series. If they think
You think
that you're not going to get it, people are going to be like, where the fuck is my Mushu? Give me my Mushu. Holiday season Mushu. They're going to fucking go crazy. That's cool. That's brilliant by Disney. But I'm holding out for Mushu.
It just doesn't, like Mulan, the original, had comedic relief. And this
True.
from Mushu?
pretty much.
Mushu was the donkey of
Or
Shrek.
the fat guy that was like in her clan or whatever.
I forgot about the guy.
It just, this seems way too serious.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion, obviously, but not.
You
not
don't know.
excited.
Yeah, there's only been one actual. This is the first official trailer, right? Because the last one was a teaser, I guess.
Who
But
cares?
I think it will be a decent movie.
You're excited for this. Having watched Lady and the Tramp, you're excited for this.
I didn't mind Aladdin, so I'm thinking back to that movie.
I liked Aladdin.
I thought Aladdin was good.
I've got some Aladdin news for you later, Mark.
What news?
I'll
All right, I'm excited.
That's what we call a tease in the business.
Ooh,
supposedly,
let's put a trailer out before our actual show, Kill.
supposedly Will Smith has been interviewed multiple times, and they've been asking him why that one guy that plays Aladdin in Aladdin cannot get any roles. Supposedly he's having trouble getting acting roles. But he was.
Okay.
They just released that Amazon Prime show that has him, and I think he has a main role in it.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. I also hadn't heard that story. So,
Okay, I thought maybe that had something to do with the news you're going to tell me.
okay. Well, how about something more exciting? We got a trailer for The Boys season 2,
Yes.
which is basically just, 2 minutes of blood spatter?
Yeah, it's
A lot of
intense.
broken bones, a lot of blood, getting splattered into faces.
No one says
That's
a
what you
word.
want.
It looks like somebody's spleen is just ripped in half.
Yeah. What's the guy that wears all black who's in the 7? What's his name?
Black Noir.
Black Noir.
Black Noir.
Yep.
I hope he gets a bigger role. Like when he just sat down and bust out like a sonata the piano, I was fully in is for his backstory.
Do you think they're going to start doing spin-offs on these characters at all? Like Black Noir, for example, would potentially be like one that people would want to see?
If the success is there, there's no way that Amazon won't do it.
Yeah. Well,
I think they're going to explore more of these characters that they didn't get into within
the
this
lore,
season.
if you will.
They're going to expand the lore.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's exactly what I'm saying is for the characters we didn't really get any look into really with season 1 or potentially what's going to happen in season 2, or maybe they will do a spinoff. They announced season 2, didn't they, before season 1 even ended?
They did. So they knew that they had something good coming, which is probably why they were able to put something out so quickly. I just think they kind of leaped right into production of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I don't think they're looking for spin-offs. I think spin-offs happen once you get to like season 4 and 5, right? Once you kind of have a build of
unless you're Game
the
of Thrones
characters.
and you just start announcing spin-offs that are never going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Super spin-offs. Okay.
And C2E2 is they just announced that 4 people or 4 or 5 of the cast from The Boys will be at C2E2, including Tony Starr and then Carl Urban.
Carl Urban's going to be there. Starlight will not be there, unfortunately, but
who else is going to be there? Laz Alonso, I think his name.
Alonso.
Laz.
Yeah, that's Mother's Milk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then Jack Quaid will be there too.
Son of...
He's the main guy.
But
dork.
I'm trying to think of who his real life parents are, and I'm totally blanking on it. It's
Dennis Quaid? Is that his name?
I think it's... Yeah, and his mom's famous too.
Meg Ryan!
Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan.
There you go. Okay. All right, Mark. I got to ask you how you feel about this. This is a real weird trailer. Did you watch the trailer for Messiah?
No, I actually didn't watch it.
Great. I'm glad that I asked you about it.
What happens? Tell me about it.
It's a Netflix series that asks the question, what if Jesus?
Okay, so like what if this happened with Jesus instead of what we know from the Bible and stuff?
No, like current day, what if Jesus?
Oh.
And it seems like the question is he really Jesus? And some people are following him. Brick, did you watch this trailer?
I did. And yeah, can we trust this guy? Are these miracles really happening? And then apparently there's like footage of him doing some sort of crazy miracle. And then they're like, we got to hide it. This guy's not Jesus and whatever. It looks pretty fine.
I just thought it was a very, I don't know, it's an odd stance to take on anything, basically. Just like this and that video game that you sent us a trailer for.
Yes.
Like, you're going to make
back to VR, guys.
This close to Christmas.
They just announced a trailer called I Am Jesus. And so you walk around and apparently you just like wave your hands around and you can create these miracles. Like they showed, I don't know what they did to that first lady. Made her not die
they
or something.
Probably healed her leprosy or something. Are you going to play this in VR? Are you going to be VR Jesus?
I'm Jesus, dude. I want to know, like, how do you fail a mission? Can you fail as Jesus? You know? Like,
look again.
You know, I'm gonna turn this water into wine, and then you like press the wrong button, and then your skin's actually inside out. Let me reverse that. Wine.
Jesus
would
want all this publicity.
what I'm really wondering is like ultra conservative Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Do they think this is a good thing because it's like getting the story of Jesus out there, or is it like, oh, this is blasphemy because nobody's Jesus? And
well, actually, with Messiah, this show, from what it sounds like, I think it would offend more from if you were Jewish, like with Judaism, because technically they're still waiting on the Messiah, and this is what that show is presenting, is saying like, what if this Messiah actually came?
I will say that I am not qualified to speak on.
Yeah, well, me neither. But I'm just saying, I don't, honestly, considering how cool the Pope is right now and everything, I don't think that people with Catholic faith will really be.
Is this going to be like this. Madden? Like the next Madden cover is going to have the Pope on the cover?
Dude, it might.
And then the Pope tears his ACL for no reason.
Dude, I would shake up with the Pope. The Pope would shake up with me. He'd be like, "Yo,
oh my God, fuck you!"
He's like, "Don't give me a hug."
No, honestly, the Pope would honestly like just get it. I feel like he is one of those guys who would go with the flow of any sort of greeting. You know how many greetings he goes through? Greeting God, honestly. Anyway, what do you think Kanye West thinks of both of these trailers?
He's mad that they didn't cast him to play Jesus. Obviously,
He's mad that the Messiah wasn't wearing Yeezys.
Would you rather play I Am Jesus or I Am Yeezus, and you go around preaching Kanye?
I think everybody would rather be Kanye West.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Water to wine's pretty dope. I don't see
If
Kanye
you're
doing
Kanye,
that.
you can just go buy all the wine you want. You don't need that.
It's
I
true.
wouldn't be surprised if they came out with a VR Sunday service game where you're basically out in the middle of the desert and you're surrounded by thousands of people and you just have your keyboard and your fucking DJ set and you're just like
Just like the 700 Club in VR.
Yeah. That'd be a sweet VR
All of
game.
the lights, all of the lights. Just
Seriously.
like
All right, a few news stories proper. So John Landau, who produced Alita Battle Angel, who I think we like that movie, right?
I really liked it. I thought it wasn't recognized as how decent of a movie it truly was. I feel like it was getting shat on a little bit.
I think a
when
lot
it
of
came
people
out.
were just like, they saw the trailer and they're like, this looks fucking weird. I'm not going to go see
What's
it.
with her eyes and everything.
So basically, ever since Disney bought every studio ever, John Landau's out here saying you need to keep peppering Disney requesting this sequel, and that's how we're going to get it. I think it'd be good to see another one. They ended this movie on a cliffhanger, basically. So yeah, give me another one.
Would you rather have an Avatar 2 or Alita Battle Angel 2?
I think you know the answer to that question, and you're just being a dick right now.
You hate James Cameron, don't you?
I do hate James Cameron. That's correct. In other news, Mark, you're a Maze Runner fan, aren't you?
I am.
Okay.
Loki, I am a Maze Runner fan.
So
Quietly great movies, by the
The
way.
Hollywood Reporter is saying that Fox, now owned by Disney, has hired the Maze Runner director named Wes Bell to develop and direct a new Planet of the Apes movie.
Okay.
So they hinted at this, Disney did, when they did CinemaCon. They were talking about more Planet of the Apes, and this is the guy that they're obviously pegging to do it. No word yet on whether it's going to be a continuation of this. I don't know. What did they do, like 5 of those movies?
I don't know. All I remember.
Starting with the James Franco one where his dad was John Lithgow and the monkey was trying to cure his Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah, and the monkey would just go on a rampage throughout the neighborhood. And didn't the monkey kill the neighbor?
I think so.
And James Franco was like, "No, it's okay.
No, it's fine.
It's okay,
Don't
Caesar.
worry
Just
about
come
it."
inside." But the last one, War for Planet of the Apes, I didn't like that movie at all.
There was no war.
There was no fucking war. The whole ending scene, climactic scene, was terrible. No war at the end.
I
So
don't.
let me ask you this:
Just monkey
do they
genocide. It was
ever
sad.
get out of the maze in Maze Hunter, whatever the fuck that movie
Maze
was
Runner,
that you
come
liked?
on, man. Keep up.
Don't ever butcher Maze Runner like that again.
Keep butchering it.
And first of
Maze
all,
Hunter. I'd rather do that. But anyway, did you like the end of that trilogy? Wasn't it a trilogy?
do you want to know if they ever get out of the maze?
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, guess what? I'm not going to tell you because you
Guess
should
what? They
watch these
do it-
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
King
first
of the
one, don't they get out of the maze the first one, then they realize it's even bigger than we thought.
Well, the main character, he's you saw American Assassin, wasn't that the name of the movie, Smithers?
Yeah, with Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah, he's the main guy. I don't mind that guy at all.
Taylor Kitsch is good. He was Gambit once in that bad movie.
Yeah, I'm serious, Brick. Just watch Maze Runner and just tell me what you think, and I guarantee you,
I saw the first
you're gonna
one.
like it. You saw the first one?
Yeah.
Didn't Kelly make you go see those?
No, we just like got into one of those kicks on HBO when they would always put those movies out, and we're just like, yeah, next Maze Runner, yes. And we
All
just
right.
kept watching them.
So if we're doomed to get another one of these Planet of the Apes movies, do you want them to continue the story or do you want them to start over?
Reboot it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't
But keep
want
James
more of this
Franco,
anyway, but-
please.
No, bring back Mark Wahlberg from that terrible fucking Tim Burton version.
Instead of Andy Serkis, have James Franco be Caesar.
For the mocap.
That would be amazing. They get James Franco to play Caesar. That would be awesome.
Isn't it weird that you don't know any other actor's name that does motion capture? It's just Andy Serkis
Besides Serkis, that's true. And now he's getting more live action roles.
and directing roles. He's going to direct Venom 2, which, other news point, there are rumors that Venom 2 is going to be rated R because of the success that Joker received, which
Doesn't
seems like
mean
you didn't
anything.
need Joker to come in and do that because Deadpool was already super successful
Yeah.
twice before that.
But it's a Sony movie. and maybe they just don't get it.
Sony's like 10 years behind on everything except for video games. So,
but isn't Spider-Man 2 coming out too for PS4 or 5 or whatever it's going to be on?
They said it's more rumors. That's like Spider-Man 2 might be closer than you think, which is a headline that makes you click on it, but then they don't tell you when it's actually coming.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Yeah, but
the best is when you have those people in the comments. Shout out to those people that are like, "Don't click it. This is ultimately what the article said."
Yeah, I'm here for those.
Just power moving them.
It's the only good thing that Facebook does is have a comment section where the top comment will be like, "Don't click on this."
True.
Other news. Mark, are you familiar with Lock and Key?
No, I'm not. It's a novel, though, right?
It's
Stephen King, maybe?
No, it's a comic book series originally.
Oh, by Joe Hill, his son.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. But I didn't realize how close this was to coming out. It's critically acclaimed kind of horror comic book, mystery comic book series.
Okay.
And Netflix is doing the show, and this is coming out in February already, I believe. So they released a poster for it, which... I don't know. I just didn't really even know this was in the pipeline, so I'm excited for that. I never read the comic books, wasn't sure if you were exposed to it.
So Joe Hill did write that story, and Joe Hill is currently writing 2 stories for DC Black Label. He's writing Basket Full of Heads, and he's writing Dollhouse something.
I don't know what Basket Full of Heads is, but I'm in.
It's really good. I'll bring it to you next week. I've only gotten through the first issue. I have issue 2 sitting on my nightstand right now, ready to read it. But it's a very promising start to the series. And just by his writing is really good. There's a lot of dialogue in it, but you feel like you're reading, not just reading a comic book and looking at pictures. You feel like you're actually reading something, which sometimes with comic books, depending on how much dialogue, you're like, I don't know if that actually did it for me.
I was going to say I guess, Mendoza line for that is Sandman, because Sandman has some really verbose, over-the-top dialogue in it, and it's hard to follow sometimes. Sandman is obviously really good, so I read them, but I don't know.
Yeah, and since we're on this topic, to finish up some comic news, we also have Scotty Young. He's writing a new series for Marvel, and let me just pull this up because I want to make sure.
While you do that, I'll close out Lock and Key over here.
Go ahead.
You guys didn't really go into what it was really about. I just wanted to I thought it was kind of interesting.
No, I haven't read it.
So I just looked up just a quick premise of it. It's about 3 Locke siblings who move into the mysterious Key house after the murder of their father and husband, respectively. I guess their mom's there too. And in Key House, they discover magical keys that can be connected to the mystery of their father's death. So it sounds to be like a mystery kind of.
It's got a horror element to it too.
The past. And horror, yeah, because they're investigating a murder. So
yeah,
mystery's in, man. I'm all for it. February 7th on Netflix. Okay, Mark, to you.
I was just saying that Scotty Young, the creator of I Hate Fairyland or Fuck Fairyland, right? Wasn't it originally?
So if you've seen his art, he does like the kid version of superheroes. He's got a really distinctive art style, not just kids. But yeah, he did Fuck Fairyland. He's done a ton of stuff. He wrote Rocket Raccoon and Groot series that came out a few years back. He does a ton of stuff for Marvel.
Anyways, he's writing a new Marvel series called Strange Academy. And what they're going to do, I guess, is he's going to be writing this. He's not doing the art for it. But it looks like the artist for it is a pretty well-known artist within the Marvel community. I can't think of his name right now. But anyways, it's going to be based around Doctor Strange. And it's kind of like a mashup with Harry Potter type things and sorcery.
It's other magic users in the Marvel universe.
Exactly. All the other mutants, whatever. But he's going to be running a school. Doctor Strange will be for these mutants. And I think they're all new characters too, for the most part.
Magic is not. I know that. She's been in X-Men for 20 years.
Okay. It looked like there were some new characters in the series. Yeah, but I'm excited for it.
You sent me a screenshot and that's all I got out of it. But yeah. Anyways. I'm kind of upset that we got trailers for everything except for the Ghostbusters 2020 movie that's coming out in 2020 because we got a title for it allegedly. It's Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's going to have Paul Rudd in it. Finn Wolfhard, and I don't know. It's gonna be like adult Ghostbusters and kid Ghostbusters. They were saying the trailer could drop at any time, and this was yesterday. So for all I know, it's out right now.
I think it's going to come out tomorrow. I thought I saw somewhere where it said it was coming out Sunday.
Wonder Woman is coming out tomorrow for sure because we got the
maybe it
trailer
was
for that
Wonder Woman.
trailer.
Yep.
But who fucking knows anymore? But we got like the poster for it, which is just the Ecto-1 in a field somewhere with a green sky. So not really anything there. But I will always stand for Ghostbusters. It was a pivotal part of my childhood. I saw that they dropped a new series, new season of The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. And this one's heavily like early 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like My Little Pony, Ghostbusters, shit like that.
Yeah.
So I need to watch that. I saw like the trailer for it. So,
And it's going to be most likely, hopefully better than Ghostbusters 3, right?
couldn't be worse.
Is
Okay,
Bill Murray
Mark.
going to be a
I
ghost
think that's
in
the
this?
most disliked YouTube video there is for that trailer.
I mean, look, it was not a good movie. It sucked, but it doesn't deserve that hate. It doesn't deserve the hate that it got just because people were like, "Oh, girls can't bust ghosts." It was just not a good movie. It's not because it was a female cast. It just sucked. But Mark, this is for you.
Okay.
Aladdin news.
Yeah.
There's going to be an Aladdin spinoff series featuring Prince Anders,
Yes. I love
played
that
by
guy.
Billy Magnuson, who was just like the blubbering buffoon that was the other prince that was trying to get Jasmine's favor.
Yeah.
But this was
What did
your
he sound
guy.
like, Mark? Do you remember what he sounded like?
Feel like you talk like this, kind of.
Not at all. Not even
Okay.
close.
Yeah. I forgot. But anyways, all I know is I loved him in Game Night. I thought he was hilarious.
Game Night, he was great.
He
Yes,
didn't get
I
enough
agree.
spotlight in Aladdin.
He had like a German lisp.
Yeah, he did. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah,
and I
it
can't do
definitely
it.
wasn't surfer guy.
I'm not even going to attempt to do it.
Okay.
Did
I'm
you
excited
know
for
that
this.
I am the German version of the Aladdin?
It
But
was
some
definitely
Swedish
more like
too,
that.
I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe he
Was
talk
it
like
better?
this. I don't know.
More accurate, yes. Okay, last bit of
Let's
news
finish with that.
for movies. I don't know if this missed you guys when you were younger because I'm older than you, but did you see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Of course.
Of course.
Okay, Rick Moranis. This was like peak childhood for me.
It's the only reason I ate oatmeal pies. Come on.
Wow. Okay. Well, according to Variety, Joe Johnston is in talks to direct a reboot of this under the truncated title just Shrunk, and Josh Gad would be the new dad, I guess. So he's Rick Moranis' son, and he follows in his father's
Inevitably-
footsteps by shrinking his kids.
Oh man.
Inevitably.
This screams Disney Plus movie all over it.
What is their ally insect going to be? Remember they had the ant?
Yeah. I remember
Did it
that. The
die?
giant ant. It was terrifying.
It died, right?
You did.
Oh my god. R.I.P.
It was Ant-Man before Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's true. But what do you think the ally insect will be, Brick?
No, you got to update it. They got to be like riding a
Praying
drone.
mantis
Praying mantis? That would
might
No,
be the villain
bees.
against or a cockroach.
It's bees.
They
'cause
had
you
a
gotta save
bumblebee.
the bees.
They had a
the
bumblebee.
bumblebee was like evil.
Okay.
Now the bee is
Bees?
going to be on their side.
So you mean wasps?
Bees? Yeah.
Bees?
Yeah. So that is my movie news for the week. Mark, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I didn't actually.
And Brick, you do not have video game news because we already talked about your Jesus game.
Jesus Christ game. Yep, that's it.
Got it.
Best.
That's
Best.
We the best!
Worst.
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 The worst! She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible. But
I'll go
thank you.
first.
I'll go last.
All right. You guys know what Art Basel is
Nope.
in Miami?
Never heard of it.
It's literally just like a bunch of parties where they have art and people do a bunch of cocaine.
Is this where they... Never mind. I'm not going to ruin your story.
This is best fucking banana, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So you heard about this? They
I literally just said I'm not going to ruin your story, and then Brick jumps in and ruins your story.
All right.
I didn't ruin
well,
it.
you didn't do a good job at it. Anyways, yeah, for one of the art pieces, they duct tape a banana to a wall, and it sold for $120,000 at Art Basel, Miami.
Well, maybe you should have thought of taping a banana to a wall, and you could be rich now.
Do you think they had the taped banana to a wall and like next to it was a taped tangerine, and they're just like, that is so lame. Look at this
Who the
banana.
fuck thought this was art?
Yeah. But look at the
I
banana.
swear to God, I really wish this was like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia stunt, like with who's the art collector? There's not Mantis Toboggan. What's his name?
Mantis Toboggan is the doctor, but he's like
Yes.
wearing the stupid bob wig.
Yes. So pissed. What's his name for the art collector?
Look it up.
Either way, I want somebody to just like post. I wanted somebody to just like, yo, watch this.
Are you talking about Banksy?
No, we're talking about Always Sunny.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about, there's a YouTube video where Banksy was in on this. You know who Banksy is, right? He did that, the graffiti
Everyone
art.
knows who Banksy is.
Okay, did you see the video where he came out with that piece of art and people are looking at it, about to bid on it, and he just he has it in a shredder frame?
Until after they bought it.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
he shredded
he
it.
shredded it.
But the fucked up thing is, if you think about
was
that,
more
that's
valuable.
probably worth more money.
Yeah.
Because you're like, everybody knows about this piece of art now.
Banksy shreds. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Ongo.
Last part of the story, though. Last part. Like I was saying, what if they had like a tangerine duct tape or a grape or something to a wall? Supposedly, there's another addition to this concept that's going to sell for approximately 150 grand. They're estimating.
Plantain? It better be a plantain.
It could
Just like
be just a bigger banana. Hold on, one more funny story. Kelly, one time we got a Home Chef. For people who don't know what Home Chef is, it's Blue Apron delivery service, whatever.
Better
for dinners. There was a plantain. It was for like whatever grilled plantains or something with
You
her
fry 'em.
dinner.
They're
Yeah,
good.
You fry them. They're super good.
Yeah.
Anyways, the plantain wasn't in the bag. It was like I took it out. It was huge, and I just threw it in the fridge. And I wake up the next morning and I look in the fridge and I like knew the plantain was supposed to be where it was supposed to be. And I call Kelly.
I know where this is.
And I'm just like, yo, what happened to the plantain for dinner tonight? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, there was a plantain in the fridge. She's like, the banana thing? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, that's why my shake tasted funny. She blended that shit up.
Oh my God.
She took a whole like 2-pound plantain that was like this big, threw it in a blender with her protein
That's hilarious.
for breakfast. Kind of funny.
Oh, Kelly, you're the best.
A big ass banana.
Brick, what's the art guy's name?
Art guy.
Ongo Gabalagian.
It kind of sounds like Mantis Toboggan, but not quite.
Yeah, it's the blog.
All right. I have a best man alive. And what happened was a newspaper in Vancouver was publishing an advertisement like for Christmas. It was like this big parade that's going on in the city in Vancouver, near Vancouver. And it had like a Christmas tree picture and everything, and like a picture of Santa. And underneath it said, it was supposed to say pictures with Santa. There was a typo, and it said pictures with Satan. And the story would end there, but
They decided to actually get a guy to dress up as
a bunch
Satan.
of guys dressed up as Satan and showed up and took pictures with little kids.
Oh my God. Let me see his phone.
Dressed as Satan.
Holy shit. That's awesome.
So they put horns on, like through their Santa hats. They have the actual red suit on and
Yeah.
everything, but like it's just gloves with claws and shit. This is.
Did
I love
any
stuff like
kids
this.
take pictures with them?
Of course they did.
Like the parents were like, all right, you're done with Santa. Go take a picture with Satan now.
There's your picture of a kid with Satan.
Oh my God.
He's got like the Darth Maul face paint on.
Jeez.
I love this. I love this story so much. I don't know why, but
That's pretty funny.
this guy is my best man alive. Brick, what do you got?
Well done. I am going to give this one up to Dan Harmon because it was actually his final episode of his podcast, Harmontown. Love
They're
that
done?
podcast. Yeah, they're stopping the show for a number of reasons. More like Dan Harmon's going to do other stuff, which is good for everybody else, which is sweet. But that show is so funny. He has so many running jokes, and he's the man. He's my best man alive. And I was going to ask you guys. What do you guys think of like Rick and Morty's 4th season so far? We have 3 episodes. What do you guys? Which one's your favorite?
It's fine. I don't know. I don't think it's been living up so far. Maybe
I just really
You
enjoyed
son
when
of a
Jerry was
bitch.
saying
I'm out.
anime.
What?
it's fine. It's just I don't know. It has a very high standard to live up to. You've had how
does.
many years to put together a fucking series of episodes, and they've already had delays. They're only putting out half a season right now, which is probably why Harmon is quitting his podcast, so he can do the thing that actually makes him money. But yeah, I don't know. It's been fine.
I think they've come out with some pretty catchy and iconic characters already. Like you had Kirkland Meeseeks. You had
That was good.
Just Morty in the first episode where he turns into the anime.
The god where he's got like the Death Stone
was basically a callback to God, what's that? Why am I blanking? That huge anime. That's Akira. There we go. Akira. I thought that was clever, but it's fine. And of course, they're gonna skip a week. Like, dude, why can't you guys just roll out a week after week episode type
Why
show?
can't you
like,
just make
it
really
normal.
high production value stuff that's really well written and just do it consistently
Damn it.
so I can enjoy it?
But to my point, they're saying like, oh, you guys are gonna get however many
They
fuckload of
signed on for
episodes.
70 episodes.
Yeah, and then we wait so long for a season, and then they come out with 3 episodes, and they're like, we're skipping this week, and fucking I'm
with
picking
you.
my butthole on Sunday. Like, what the fuck am I gonna watch?
I'm with you. I get it.
You know, but yeah.
Brick, that's your best man alive?
Yes, Dan Harmon was our best man alive, and you guys just shit all over him all of a sudden. All right,
I love
sick.
Dan Harmon.
He's a genius. Okay,
He's done 2 of
I'm
my
not-
favorite shows of all time now.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him. And by the way, like, what did you enjoy about the podcast? I'm just curious. Like, I haven't listened to it, but what was he? Does he just go on ramble and just
It's
talk
not
about
just
whatever?
him. Like he and his friends, anybody that he brings on, they're excellent at improv.
Okay.
They'll just go on rolls and go on rants, and Dan Harmon is obviously really good at that,
Yeah.
and so is everybody else that he talks to.
And he goes on to like public issues, kind of, but like in hilarious ways. And he just really just go on funny stories, and they're just like a silly random show. They actually play at the end of, for a small stint there was a while where they actually played like the last 30 minutes of the show was actually just them playing Dungeons and Dragons. And it was just like them improvising and playing, being hilarious. But like he raps, he does a thing where he like MC gun control, but you're not sure if he's like for or against guns. He just like all these running bits.
It's very funny. Very funny.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Well, not anymore. You won't.
I guess not.
well, I'm sure they'll all stay on there, but
yeah, why
can
would they
watch
get
it
rid of the episodes?
all the way through.
Impromptu best man alive. My cousin Dalton, who just won the state football championship in Arizona. They were playing at Sun Devil Stadium today.
Damn. What does he play?
Uh,
Bench?
you met my cousin.
Ooh.
He's like my size.
Yeah, he's huge. He's a big dude.
He's my
I remember
size,
your
and
cousin now.
He's a junior in high school.
He's like 13 years old. The first time I met him, he'd shake my hand. I'm like, okay, dude, your hand is huge.
But
Jeez.
speaking of Arizona football, did you, Brick? I'm sure you're more likely to have heard about this. Josh Shaw, the guy who was betting on pro football games while he
Oh
was
God.
playing for the Arizona Cardinals.
Like
Yeah,
Pete
what a
Rose
Fruit Loop
kind of
thing is.
shit.
Did you hear how he got caught though?
No.
I did not.
Okay, so he's registering to bet at Caesars at the sports book. And in order to get an account with them, like you fill out personal information so like they can turn in tax records and stuff like that. And it has a line for where you put in your occupation. And he wrote in as his occupation, professional football player.
God
Wow.
damn it. That's pretty stupid. Man,
The dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
something I would do.
And I want to say, as a gambler, I don't think that it should be, it's not wrong for them to gamble as long as they're not betting against their team.
Okay.
I feel like you should be able to bet on your team.
Absolutely.
Because obviously the inverse of that would be you bet against your team, you go out there and you play like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're
You
going to
can't
bet on
take
your
the
team,
line.
I think that should be fine.
You can't
Maybe.
take the line.
Maybe even give
Yeah, I
you more
guess that's true,
motivation
too.
to win. Yeah.
That actually makes sense because you can impact that. But I don't know. I thought that was so monumentally stupid that I needed to mention it.
Yeah. That's a little mind blowing.
Yeah. So that's my best people or worst idiots alive.
No, but
That was
congrats
a-
to your cousin, by the way.
Yeah, he's the man. I got to send
What
him
a
a Chumpcast
dumbass. We should get the Red Foreman dumbass and then have, if we can find someone that's really stupid and just put him on.
We found him already.
Yeah. So, okay. We are not doing a movie review this week because there's nothing good out. Fair?
We're a good podcast. We're a good podcast.
We've given over an hour and 9 minutes of content already. So, whatever. I'm tired of forcing us to go see a movie that none of us want to go see.
Yeah.
and then we just end up shitting on it. We have nothing good to say about it. So I would rather sit here and bullshit about, I don't know, dumb stuff and you playing VR for no reason. So yeah, I would rather do that than go see something that none of us care about. Next week, we have 6 Underground with Ryan Reynolds, which is going to be amazing or terrible.
Isn't Jumanji out next week, though?
If it is, we're seeing 6 Underground.
No.
Yes.
No.
Maybe we should do a double because we botched this week.
Or you guys can go see Jumanji and I'll watch 6 Underground because I don't want to see that. I mean, I will go see Jumanji. I don't care. But if anything, we should probably spread them out because it's going to start getting slow here soon.
Richard Jewell's out, too.
The Chump Academy Awards.
That looks okay.
Yeah.
It is a Clint Eastwood movie, which is kind of hit or miss.
This is based on a true story?
It is, yeah. Like the 98 Olympics, I think.
And it seems kind of stupid because we already know that he was in the right. Right?
It's still a retelling of how he was persecuted for just trying to do the right thing.
But by the trailer, they left it open ended. Like, was he doing the right thing?
How many people did you know the story before you looked it up?
No, until
Okay,
Clint
then.
Eastwood did a preview of before the trailer dropped. You know, when the director sometimes will talk about the trailer and then it will roll. He's like, based on a true hero. And I'm just like, well, you fucking just gave it away, man. Like, what was the whole point of the trailer? Are we leaving it open ended?
Okay, by that logic, we should never see another biopic or anything because you already know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm glad I got your opinion on
I was
that.
super mad about how Bohemian Rhapsody ended.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Dude.
What about Chernobyl?
What happens in Chernobyl? A bunch of dogs die?
I just stunned Mark. Mark just gave me the dog face. Like, what?
Dude, tell me what happened in Yugoslavia, man.
Anyways, Brick, what's your recommendation for the week?
Magic for Humans is
Love it.
season 2's out. He's the man. Retweeted me already because I'm the man. But honestly, I already finished it. It was great throughout. He's a new dad, so he leans into the dad jokes. And Tim and Eric, again, with the quick cuts.
The best skit they do.
Great show.
The best skit they do in that whole show is when they have the flash mob of people and the guy doesn't know they're all in on
Invisible.
it. And he makes them invisible.
Yeah, easily the
That was
best.
the best.
That's an all-timer. I totally agree.
That was
but
very clever.
my only problem with this is that, well, it's not really a problem, but it's 6 episodes and they're like 20 minutes long, so you finish it in a night. And you're like, fuck, I got to wait another year for this to happen more. I want more Justin Willman now.
Right. He's a live show that I think I'm going to go to. It's in Aspen.
Oh, dude, I would totally go see him. Apparently, he did a show at Eastern while we were there, and I just didn't. Nobody knew who he was yet, so
Right.
that sucks.
Either way, I'm going. And I'm pretty sure I'm going. They're only like $40.
This was
March
a much
21st. Come
more,
out.
I would say, emotional season than the first season was. That got serious more, I think. Is that fair, Brick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I agree.
I made my sister watch it, and she texted me. She was like, "Thank you for making me watch this. I cried already." So
Yeah, he's great with kids. He's great with people. He's just a people person. I don't know, but they do keep it light a lot, though, as well.
I agree. Yeah, Mark, what did you do or watch or whatever this week?
I started watching that Netflix series, the movies that made us.
Go ahead.
Did you watch the Home Alone one?
No, the first one I went to was Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Obviously.
I didn't see that one. I watched the Home Alone one, and I just enjoyed that because based on I forgot his name, but anyways, the director would always do his movies in Chicago. He did Uncle Buck. He did Breakfast Club. He did Home Alone, and that he does a lot of those movies, or all those movies, in the suburbs of Illinois, just outside of Chicago. And it's cool just seeing Home Alone. Like, they had the whole set was basically built in New Trier High School, which is not too far from here.
Yeah.
It's about 10 minutes from where we're recording right now. And
That was one of my clients for my other job.
What's up?
That was one of my clients for my other job.
New
when
Trier?
I worked out there. I worked around there, like that New Trier. Yeah.
Yeah. But essentially what this series is I think they have 3 episodes. One is Ghostbusters, one's Home Alone. I forget the other
They
one.
did Die Hard, and the other one is Dirty Dancing.
Okay. Yeah, there's 4 episodes.
I think
maybe.
there's 5.
Okay. 5 then.
Okay. The director of Home Alone was Chris Columbus.
Yes. But yeah, what this series is they go into how the movie was made and what it took budget wise and all of the issues they had throughout shooting and things of that nature. And it's just cool getting that background of these movies that we've come to love, growing up.
That was going to be one of my recommendations, is that show specifically for Ghostbusters. Like, I saw it and I was like, Ghostbusters is probably my all-time nostalgia movie as a kid.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they got it made and, how Harold Ramis was a big part of the writing in it. And, obviously he passed away recently, and how it was originally supposed to have Eddie Murphy in it. And I'm blanking on the other name. It's an amazing story. They tell a great story on how they actually pitched it, to the studio and how they got it made. Totally worth the watch. Yeah. Absolutely go watch, especially if you're a huge fan of Die Hard or whatever. Go watch the one on Die Hard. So yeah, I recommend that. And my other recommendation is, and I've talked about this before in the past, but I'd only seen a couple episodes of it because a couple of them were free on Verve. But now Gary and His Demons is on Hulu. Because I think they put it out on Sci-Fi or something. They sold it to another network.
Okay.
But if you like super dark cartoon comedies, this is for you.
Gary and His Demon.
It's
and his
literally
demons. Okay.
demon. Gary is a middle-aged dude who wants to retire from being a demon hunter, but he can't. His life is miserable, and all this terrible shit happens to him, and he just can't get out of this business. And it's hilarious and really depressing at the same time.
But like demon hunter, as in like he works for like a corporation and he's like bogged down by the corporation, like he's an actual working man, like he's a paper pusher, but they slay demons, right?
And he's literally, they call him the chosen one. Like he's the ultimate demon hunter, but he's just this scrawny, kind of like pudgy, middle-aged, balding guy. So
I'll check that out.
It's really funny. I think it's worth a watch.
Something like that, because they're like that's how they're dressed, kind of.
It's a super quick watch too, so
it is funny. I watched the first episode with you, and it was very funny. I do have one more recommendation for all you psycho murder people that love murder. The Confession Killer. I watched the first episode of that. It's about that Henry Lee Lucas. He like confessed to a bunch of murders, and a lot of people don't know if they're true or not. But it's a very interesting story because he got caught. It was just after like the Ted Bundy tapes, so it's kind of similar to the Bundy tapes, but interesting. Again, it's on Netflix. Just came out.
Erica probably is watching that right now.
She probably is plotting a way to murder me in my sleep. Yeah.
Same with Kelly. Yep. After me buying that enormous Bane statue,
if she ever like needs money, she's just gonna kill you and sell all your fucking Batman statues.
Seriously.
My basement's going to be really empty once you move all your shit out of it.
I know. You're going to be sad.
I'm not going to start buying sideshows, though.
Yeah, you will.
All right, so stay tuned for our unboxing of a ridiculously oversized Bane statue. By the way, did you watch that Harley Quinn episode last night?
I didn't watch the second one. Yeah, what do you think of that show?
It's fine. Did
you watch the first one with Erica?
Yeah.
What did she think?
We watched both of them. She kind of likes it.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence. I kind of like it. Sometimes I just kind of breathe sharply through my nose. I'm just like that's kind of funny.
Yeah, my favorite character is Ivy. I really like what they did with Ivy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her relationship with Harley throughout.
In this second episode, it gets heavier into Bane.
Okay.
And he does the Bane voice.
Yeah.
But he's the cartoony, oversized Bane.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
It's like the Lego movie, the Batman Lego movie. They did the same shit, didn't they?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's got a hell of a voice cast. JB Smoove is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Newman from Seinfeld is the Penguin.
Kaylee Cuoco is doing Harley Quinn.
Yeah, ton of voice actors. So check that out. I think that's probably about enough. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. So
that was successful for not having a movie to review and shit on.
Like next week we'll have a movie and we'll have less bullshit. Then everybody will be happy.
What do you guys think of Watchmen now? Do we want to get into it or no?
I like it more than I did initially.
If I start talking about Watchmen, I'm going to completely spoil it. So I was talking to Erica's sister Amanda about it, and she's not aware of any of the lore, if you will, any of the previous movies, the comic books, or anything. I'm like, how do you have any fucking idea what's going on in this?
She doesn't.
They literally keep referring to a giant blue man who is the savior of humanity, and you have no fucking idea who it is. Yeah. There's literally this isn't a spoiler, but
Dr.
the
Manhattan.
FBI agent pulls out a Dr. Manhattan dildo that's like this fucking big.
And like to us, that's fucking hilarious. But to someone watching the show, they're like, oh my God, gross. What is that? Why is it even there?
Why does she have this gigantic dildo for no
And
reason?
it's blue. Jeez.
Yeah, so look, I love the show. I think it's absolutely great. Damon Lindelof is killing it. But they have a lot of explaining to do after last week's episode. So,
So I'm going to ask you guys this question next week when we do an actual spoiler part of this, and then you can maybe cut it later. I don't know, but I want to know if it's better than The Boys. I want to do like The Boys versus The Watchmen kind of setup.
I gotta wait until they finish this season.
That's what I'm saying. Is there one more episode, right?
It's either 1 or 2. I'm not sure. But I'm waiting with bated breath for the next episode for sure. That was a hell of a cliffhanger.
Right. Yeah. I am dying to know what happens next. And they hit me with the nostalgia. God damn, they hit me with the nostalgia. You know that episode, I was absolutely hooked in, couldn't get out, locked and loaded forever.
It was a period piece. Yeah. So
The lore was explained. Oh my God.
well, thank you for tuning in to episode 172 of the Chumpcast. As always,
I also want to thank our Patreons. We haven't done that in a while. So, tier 3, Colin, thank you for being a longtime Patreon. Tier 2, we have Vile Cash Gaming, Nicole, Darian, Lauren, Kyle, and Gabe. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And tier 1,
subscribers?
we did not forget about you, obviously, Jared, Matt, Ben, and Mike. Once again, we really appreciate the support. If you guys haven't signed up for Patreon and would like to and show support for the show, you can do that by signing up at patreon.com/thechumpcast. We are...
Or
what's up?
if you have Amazon Prime, you can give us a free subscription on Twitch too, and that helps us out a ton.
That helps as
actually.
well. And we had one today from Azrael, so we really appreciate that.
It's make Jeff Bezos pay us.
yeah, fuck
It's
that guy.
free to you.
100%.
Free to you. He pays us whatever, $5 or whatever.
100%.
Sweet.
And if you don't know what Patreon is, obviously you sign up for these tiers, and a small donation will help us keep rolling out content for the show. We're doing weekly newsletters now, which we send out before the show so you guys know what's happening in the world of pop culture and can get some insight as to what we're going to talk about on each episode. And we're also going to start rolling out some more content, especially through Twitch.
An unboxing of a giant statue.
Exactly. And it just helps
gaming.
us with the show and setting up and being able to do more cool things.
You and I, we don't live downtown Chicago, or we won't when C2E2 rolls around anymore. This is allowing us to stay down there in a hotel room so that we can hang out all day, all night. We'll go out and get some drinks with everybody who wants to.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess what I'm trying to say is we're using this to make more content. We're not just taking this and putting it in our pocket. So we appreciate you helping the show.
Definitely.
My dog is going nuts outside. Anyways.
It's like hammering something outside too. What the frick, dude? It's like noon.
My doorbell's ringing.
That's
Thank you
you
for tuning in to episode 172. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. If you want into our Discord
that Bane
channel,
statue.
send us a message on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll get you in there.
Yeah, get in that shit.
And until next time.
Chumps out, motherfucker.